Give me 1 second. I'm replying to Majin real quick, chat. Give me 1 second, y'all. Sorry. Alright, there we go. And by us, your servants, we're trying to dethrone you and become your king. That's kind of sick, dude. What's up, MZ? Had you worried with the... I have quite... Nah, dude. Alright, let's hop into game number 1. Let me get this music turned off. Let me fix some settings here. Let me turn off the camera. Y'all don't need to see me. You need to see gameplay. That's what really matters here. But let's fix a few things. Let's get the music turned up. And get the max volume turned up here. Red team is UW Lost Souls today. Whoa, that's a capital O. What is happening? And the blue team is going to be the Royals. And this set is game number 1. It's going to be 0-0. So we hop in right into game number 1. And right off the bat, the Royals ban away Fenrir. Pretty good jungle pick here. Has a lot of good setup. Also, if they're trying to pick something like Oleron, it's a good ban that you don't have to worry about. So we'll kind of see how that pans out here shortly. And then Lost Souls come through and ban the Merlin, one of the mid-lane primary mages right now. So let's check this out. We're going to have Kukulane over here, another just top solo ban god. Pretty good. I haven't seen him really banned too often unless it's the second phase. So a little bit surprised to see here in the first phase. Probably worried about that for something they're wanting to pick. Again, Tiamat, another mid-lane mage from the meta. Not surprised to see these mages taken off the board here by UW Lost Souls. Both of them play pretty good with Tablet, which is something people are still wanting to build for some reason, even though Divine's really good. But the last ban here for Royals will be Neja. And Neja kind of does the same thing Fenrir does in a little bit of a different way. You get that lockdown where you take someone out of the fight up in the air and blow them up when they get back down. So... not too surprising that both those come off the board, and then Freya being the last ban here. Just straight mages for UW Lost Souls. And we're going to see an Ishtar as the first pick lock in here. Pretty surprised to see Ishtar being the prioritized pick to give up Surtur and a Thor here. This is just already looking good here for UW Lost Souls. Ishtar, while being one of the better hunters in the meta, I don't know if she's so good that you want her first pick. So... kind of have to see how this goes here. I'm a little bit surprised if you're going to lock it in. It's not something more of like a Rama. Not that Ishtar is bad. It's just I'm just surprised to see that that was their first pick. Now, these next two picks, absolutely dominant picks that we've been seeing throughout comp games as we see Agni come through. Kind of a devastating mid lane mage here. Has that artillery fire that can really just be devastating. Get stuns off, just mass damage. Really does everything you want in a mid laner. Always consider the pinnacle of balance throughout all of Smite, followed up by the Ao Kuang, which, honestly, I hate seeing this god in my games, because you can build him so many different ways. He can fill so many different roles right now. Really, he should just be played in jungle. But we see people take him over to solo. I've seen him in mid a couple times, and that's about it. But Ao Kuang, you know, if you want to talk about a feast or famine god, he be feasting most of the time. And can be hard to shut down if he gets on a roll. So I expect that to be a point of focus here for UW Lost Souls, is to keep this Ao Kuang as behind as possible. And now UW Lost Souls are hovering the Xbalanque here, which could be pretty good, just taking that vision away. You have a Thor and Surtur that can really be devastating with their semi-global ultimates. More so Thor than Surtur. And be able to shut off the lights, flick that switch for Torlaholic, or for Xbalanque here, could be really, really good. The first ban of phase number 2 is going to be the Maui. Maui, a very contested pick most of the time, a god that I like to ban. I do not like seeing this god in my comp games as a carry or any other player. This could really shut down a whole set of avenues for you in the jungle with this ultimate. Being able to hit that landfall can be devastating. The hook, the jump, I mean, really and truly has everything you want from a support. So, not surprised to see that fall by the wayside here. I am going to be curious to see if UW Lost Souls decide to prioritize another Guardian ban here. So, we'll see how that goes. And now, we are seeing the Scylla taken away here by Royals. And I'm going to be honest, this is not a pick that I really and truly understand to ban unless you absolutely know that the enemy team is just cracked at Scylla. It's one of those things that I personally just don't get. I think Scylla's okay right now, but I don't think she's insane. We'll have to see how this played out through here. But we see it come through. We see the band that everybody loves to see. It's Khepri. And y'all know what that means. If there's a Khepri band, we got to take a second, and we got to play it. We got to play the song. So, sorry, but my logic's going to go out the window for a second.
S-U-P-P-R-T-O, hey, I hope he's on my team. Khepri Bezos. S-U-P-P-R-T-O, hey, I hope he revives me. Khepri Bezos. Come on, Khepri, you can do it. Release OP, and there's something to it. Met us, why? Shell us now. When I die, you're the rising dawn now. War flag and benevolence and gift. Other gods can get abducted, steal their kills, take their titan. Come on, Khepri, get him!
All right, sorry, I'll stop that now. We do see Yemoja get banned away here. Yemoja, again, one of those supports that no matter how many times she's nerfed, she's always just gonna be good. She has so much healing in her kit. She has the ability to really shut you down with her ultimate and with Riptides. Just a great utility kit here. Just taking that off the board, I think, is a good pick. And then UW Lost Souls locks in the Athena pick here. And I like this. You already have the Thor, you have the Surtur, and now you have Athena coming through. And this could be absolutely devastating to the Royals. This whole type of rotation type comp where you have these semi-global ultimates and you have Athena come through where she can be anywhere on the map she needs to be as long as that ultimate is up. I really, really like this this pick here. Getting Athena for a support is going to be feeling really, really good. We do see the Kumbhakarna Hercules locked in here for the Royals. And this is an interesting comp. A lot of single target CC. Besides, I mean, obviously you hit an Agni Bomb, you get a good stun. You're not usually getting more than one person with that. Kumbhakarna here is going to have to come through and really just get AoE CC in and I don't know, like playing a support in this type of comp might be a little bit rough. This Kumbhakarna, though, we'll see how it goes. It does do, everything you want from a support, Kumbhakarna does do. Though I do think he can be underwhelming a good bit of the time, but we are waiting for the last pick here for UW Lost Souls to find out who are they going to play in mid. Unless I'm getting trolled and something else. Oh my god, it's Poseidon. Sign me up. You want to shut down this team? You got Athena taunt. You got Poseidon with a cripple, with a Kraken. I mean, this is looking pretty good. You have a lot going on here for UW Lost Souls. You have the AoE, you have the single target, and you have global rotation. It's going to be needing some good wards here for the Royals. Not that they can't do it. I think if they're picking a target, the Royals comp could blow somebody up anytime they want. You have Hercules Pluck, you have Ishtar with a dash, the Blades of Light, Ao Kuang, you have Execute. You're going to be shredding people down. You're going to have to be careful here if you're UW Lost Souls. You cannot be roaming the jungle without wards up and being by yourself, but the global rotations here by UW Lost Souls I expect to be devastating between this Thor, Surtur, and Athena. But while we wait to figure out what's happened, let's head into game number 1 of UW Lost Souls versus the Royals in the Albion Giants League Narwhallaby Conference. Get everybody loaded in, and then we can move all of our items around here and get everybody placed where they need to be. I'm going to do that on the right side here. And I do want to talk about this Hercules solo. I do think Hercules solo feels really good early and then tends to fall off later. So we'll have to see how that plays out here for the Royals. Can this Hercules be effective early, mid, and late game? I think is a question to be asked, especially into this Surtur. Surtur now viable and playable in comp. How is that going to do it? How is that going to pan out here? What's the build path they're going to go for? And I'm curious to see how that goes. Surtur, I've played against a few times. I think can be good. I don't think he's absolutely OP, but I do worry about the Surtur and the Hercules matchup. Ao Kuang and the Thor. I think this is going to be an interesting time. I think both junglers have great opportunities here to make picks and do what they need to do. The mid laners, obviously a little bit different playstyle. I expect this Poseidon, forget Nick, it's going to be shutting people down with cripples. Really, it's going to affect the Agni Dash, the Ishtar Dash. It's going to affect Ao Kuang, Hercules. I mean, you can really just shut down this whole entire team with this cripple. We got to be careful of that. And then we have Kumbhakarna and Athena. I mean, I just really like this Athena pick here. I'm a huge Athena fan right now. I think she is just very viable on this current map. I think what she brings to the table is huge. I think she could be played in jungle and support, which is kind of big. It's a big, nice little flex pick. But overall, curious to see how that matchup is going. It should go in favor of the Athena overall. But maybe early on, Kumbhakarna is able to do some work here. Looks like we do have a pause. And we'll have to see if both teams decide to go with the same sort of start, or do they differ in what they like to do here. So far, it looks pretty traditional. And last but not least, we have the Ishtar and the Xbalanque. Again, I'm really surprised this Ishtar was just prioritized as the first pick here when there was so many options on the table. Neither of these gods, I mean, Ishtar still pretty prevalent and well played here. Not too surprised to see her played in this game. Just surprised that she was first picked. And then follow that up with the Xbalanque. I am a little bit surprised to see the X-Ball, but I think given the comp where you have the ability to shut off the lights and dive in with a Thor, Athena, Surtur, I think you're going to be having a good time. So we'll see how this pans out for game number 1. Looks like we have another pause coming through here. So just give me a minute while I get this going. All right, there we go. That's one of my favorite things is when the pause comes unpaused, but there's no countdown. And I don't know why that happens in Spectator. Also, this tree, chat, I hate it. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, what is this? Why is it that I cannot turn the tree off? Look, here's what it's like, right? What it looks like regularly on the map, right? I turn it off, and this becomes a bush. Why? Why? I want to know why this happens. Now, the Royals over here are pulling all 3 camps, looking to do this clear. Not a huge fan of this type of start. Again, for those that don't know, the green buff now has an HP 5 mechanic that does heal all the camps around it. So you actually have to fight into a healing here. And this is the problem when you pull all 3 of these camps. Your support takes a ton of damage here. And now Golden Soldier is under 50% health. Zelfie having to take away some of that and tank a little bit. And now Golden Soldier might just go ahead and hit the passive before they ever get to lane. And honestly, that might have been the move. And heading into the lane here, under 50% health, have to pop the pots. This is huge for UW's Lost Souls. They get to pressure out the whole entire wave. They have the health lead over here. This is huge for them going into this first little fight and skirmish in the duo lane. The only thing they have to be careful for is does Ao Kuang come over and try to bail out the Royals duo lane. Zelfie has a long way back to come through here with the support being so low. They are going to heal off of these, but this is something to watch for over the time here. In the mid lane, the mid laners are fighting it out, duking out Poseidon, Agni, doing what they can do, but here it comes, the early gank here by Twirlaholic. Thor in his wedding dress is coming to ring the wedding bells and dunk in. Let's see if it happens. Is there going to be a wall? Wall is a bit off the mark. It's actually got the beads off the Kumbhakarna. Now Zelfie's in trouble. There is no taunt to take the kill away. The first blood is just dropped here. A little bit of miscommunication from the looks of it, but overall, that is a ton of poke and basically a TKO to keep them off the map. You can now go farm this right side jungle. Twirlaholic's going to say, hey, you guys are going to step up because I'll go ahead and hammer on back in, but Zelfie and Golden Soldier become the wiser and decide not to do that. As Forget Nick is in a 1v2 in the mid lane, but Princess decides to walk the other way here and just go ahead and grab those camps. But look at this is what I was talking about over on the duo side, solo side. But look at this. Golden Soldier steps up. Twirlaholic still there, staying in the dual lane. They want this passive off of Kumbhakarna, and they're going to get it. 1, 2, 3, and now off the map. Zoots picks up the kill, and that's absolutely huge for the duo lane of UW Lost Souls. Over on the solo side, we see Hercules has been poked out here. This is the one thing you do have to worry about. Like, builds are similar, but what sort of brings to the map here is this giant AoE damage. You can clear the wave really easily. Yes, you have a driving strike that really and truly almost got the kill, but that's the only way to bully back the Husky here. And we saw the Husky last time I casted UW's Lost Souls, and the Husky was not afraid to go in here, and I expect that to stay about the same. And I expect probably a solo kill there in the near future with the way the Husky has been playing thus far. Get Nick looking to get this farm here. Golden Soldier has made the rotation very early over to the mid lane. Kumbhakarna did not want to be in duo for a bit, it seems. Wants to help Zelfie get that farm online. But now comes the rotation in. UW Lost Souls are looking for the purple buff. Golden Soldier on the way to try to say, no, I don't think you're going to do that. Let's see how it goes here. Can Golden Soldier secure the purple for Zelfie? And this is good damage. No, isn't able to secure it and takes a good amount of poke. And this is huge for Lost Souls. They get the purple buff. They're going to get a wave that's going to get pushed under the tower here. Actually, Golden decides to not back. That's going to be good here for Zelfie. We'll save some of the XP and some farm here. But UW Lost Souls can now just rotate to the Gorp and rotate over back to their own purple and really hit level 5. And this is a huge. They're going to be, 2 levels ahead on this Kumbhakarna. Already a level ahead against the Ishtar. And this is huge. On the solo side, Vega is attempting to fight back here against the Husky, but look at this. There it is. There's what I talked about earlier. Athena comes in. There's the taunt. Saves the life of the Husky. Can't play aggressive anymore, says Logic. And now Husky gets to back, buy some items, and return to what I'm assuming is going to be bullying across the board. But we'll have to see what ends up happening. As of right now, it's a lead in duo for UW Lost Souls, and that's about it. But it's significant. You have to talk about the gold lead right now for UW Lost Souls at 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Is about 1,300 gold, 1,400 gold. That has to feel pretty good this early on in the game. A full contagion online now for the Husky compared to that tier 2 chest plate here for that Husky or for Vega on the Hercules. Look at this in mid lane, though. The rotation in by Princess. Golden Soldier's there, too. Forget Nick. Could be in a little bit of trouble here. Is able to walk away, and there's that cripple field. Can't go through that easily. But Logic has made the way over to the mid lane, and now we have a 3v3 getting ready to pop off from the looks of it. Twirlaholic is hovering the mid lane here, trying to decide what's going to happen. On the solo side, the solos are in a boxing match here, and it's the Husky running down Vega. Has this full contagion online, is going to be able to, nullify some of that healing that Vega wants to get back on. But this could be a kill if Husky plays this right. Vega does need to push stepping up and has to fall back. Tries to boulder the wave and kill it. It doesn't work out. But Husky was making the rotation for the blue buff and isn't going to be able to get it because Princess comes over, steals it away, or really secures it, I guess. But that could have been bad there for Vega. Vega loses a blue buff there, and I think it ends up being a very, very bad time. And now it's Zelfie in trouble here. Twirlaholic isn't able to spot out where this Ishtar is and makes the rotation. Says, hey, purple buff isn't here. I'm gonna head out. Which is probably the good move here. But now does have vision, or at least audio, of where Golden Soldier and Care Bear were. Princess making the rotation in, finds Logic, and I don't know if that's the person you want to find when you're on this Ao Kuang. I think that's probably not the way you want that to go. But right now, Captain Care Bear playing this very well in the mid lane, playing this AUG. He's been able to dash out, hasn't been caught by a whirlpool that's been too devastating, hasn't been caught by a taunt that's taken the life away. It's just been that single kill on the Golden Soldier thus far, but the lead has continued to build from 1,700 to now about 2,200 223 from the looks of it. I mean, it's... No, yeah, about 2,100. I mean, that's pretty good here. Again, 7 minutes of the game, but if you're farming that well early on, that's going to be huge here. Now it's Zoots looking for a kill in the 1v1. The blades of light are off. The lights have been turned off, and the duo lane carries just poke each other down to about 10% health, and then both walk away. Zoots, there it is, I guess. And now Golden Soldier is stepping up, but look where Princess is. Princess is going in. Can Zoots survive this? I don't know. The execute's there. The dash is even better, and I think they got away. In fact, not only did they get away, they got the ultimate out of Kwong, the beads as well, as Twirlaholic dunks in, and Princess will go down for the discretions that have been made. Wasn't able to pick up the kill there, and now falls instead. That is devastating for the jungler here. And not only that, they could pull Gold Fear. I don't know if they're going to, but that's a huge opportunity for UW Lost Souls to come through and pull gold. Instead, they are running to the mid lane. Golden Soldier looks to cut it off, but I don't know if Kumakarna, this is where you want to be. I get that Captain Care Bear isn't far behind, but can Captain Care Bear turn this around? Forget it takes a ton of damage and has to walk away. And it's just going to be a nice little trade there. But this Ao Kwong, I talked about it earlier on, being this feast and famine type of pick, it's going to be a little bit scary here. You're already a level down in pretty much every role except for solo right now for the Royals. We'll have to see how that goes. And right now, let's take a look here. What am I looking for? I'll look at gold per minute right now. I mean, look at that. I mean, you're talking about, you know, Xbalanque, Surtur, Poseidon with pretty substantial gold per minute leads here. As Zoots is going to get caught out here with the ultimate. Comes back down. There's the dash. Countered by Zoots' dash. Able to get away. And the rotation from UW Lost Souls is coming through. Twirlaholic going up in the air. Looking for the dunk. I'm assuming it's going to be on Zelfie. And it is. Zelfie has to beads, but it's not going to be enough. Forgetnik now on the way. And Golden Soldier is going to hit with a crack, and there's the beads too. Can they get out? They will, but they're going to lose the bastions and maybe even a tower here. What I would like to see UW Lost Souls go at this point is they have to be going for this Gold Fury. They want to snowball this as effectively as they possibly can. Zoots pulls the Gold Fury. Twirlahawk's there. So is Logic. This is going to go down decently quick. Obviously, they're not crazy online in builds right now. Aussie is the only thing Zoots has. So it's going to be a good back for Zoots momentarily. But that gold lead, this is significant, and this is hard to overcome at 9 minutes and 58 seconds into the game. When you're down this much gold, this is problematic. And the question is, how do you slow the game down? Where do you need to play to get things back in your favor if you're the Royals? And really and truly, I think they've been playing pretty well here. They just need to figure out a way to get Princess on this Ao Kwong into a good situation. And I think that's going to happen sooner or later. I think Ao Kwong is hard to play into this comp. Like it depends on who you want to gank. I think you have to be looking. Can you go towards Surtur? And I don't know that you can. Can you go towards Forgetnik? Yes, but you need to know that the Whirlpool's down or the Kraken's down. What's the play around that? I think Xbalanque is where you want to be looking. But again, there's an escape there. Is the dash down? It's always your jungler's favorite question. And when the answer is yes, they want to go in. So that's something you have to be talking about with this Ao Kwong. But I think sooner or later we will see it getting online here. Does have a full Bancrofts, Eye of the Jungle. So far so good. As always, I do have to see, when I see a tablet built, I do have to mention it. Captain Bear Rip does have the tablet. Already 14 stacks on it. I mean, doing pretty well about stacking this up, along with the Book of Thoth. But look at this. Twirlaholic says, hey, this duo lane's been pretty good so far. Zelfie, looking for security of the tower, finds it, but it's not actual security. It's just death. The tier 1 tower will just tickle Twirlaholic a little bit after the dunk in. And now the back is there, and it's a 4-0 kill lead for UW Lost Souls. In the mid lane, looks like they're looking for a fight, but instead they're going to let this fall back. Zoots prioritizing the farm. And this is one thing for ADCs that if you're playing AC, you should be doing. I mean, you push their wave under tower, they lose the experience, they lose the gold, especially if the tower gets the kill. So you're still poking that down. and you're taking farm off the map. It helps you spiral your gold lead. If you're an ADC, you need to be doing that. Push it under the tower. Get the farm that's on the map. If there's not farm on the map, then go take the tower. Be smart about that. Now, Selfie looking to secure the purple buff as the Zoots secures a tier 1 tower with the logic here. And this position here by the Royals could actually be huge. A great little grouping here. UW Lost Souls is split. They're looking for Twirlholic, and I don't think that's who you want to be looking for. As Forget Nick is coming in from the side. Princess could be in trouble here. Logic, there's the taunt. Ton of damage put down. Twirlholic looks for the kill, misses the dunk, finds it anyway, but a great wall slows down Golden Soldier. But they got the pick they wanted. Now they can walk away again, and Pyromancer will be the next thing on the menu if they happen to find another pick. Logic looking to try to set it up. The taunt off the mark, but the dash did push Captain Care Bear out. And look where Twirlholic is. Look where the logic is heading. Forget Nick as well. It's a Pyromancer pool, and it should go in their favor. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, Zoots is absolutely a mad lad. Goes for a 1v2, or what it ended up being, and isn't able to find it. But his team will secure the Pyromancer. And again, that's one kill, but the gold lead at this point is 4,500, 4,800. It's pretty good. Captain Care Bear eating some damage there, but not a lot. Again, this Agni's been playing really, really, really good. I think it's a pick that could definitely be dunked on and abused, and it's been playing very well so far here by Captain Care Bear. So, shout-outs to that. I think it's hard to play in the position that you're currently in the mid lane. But now the Husky eating a ton of damage here and might get soloed here by Vega. Has to ult away to get out. That breastplate of regrowth really doing some work here for this Hercules. Given that movement speed when you heal, along with that Glad Shield, you're going to be feeling pretty good. Primal Fury is back up, and I assume UW Lost Souls is going to be looking for that. I don't even know if they're going to look for a pick. They might just go ahead and pull it and see if they can bait a fight. The Husky is here. It's all four. The only person they're waiting on is Logic, and Logic can just ult it in if needed. So now, here comes the Royals. There it is. The Logic ults on in. It's 5 there. It's a 5v4. It's the question, can they find the targets they're looking for? Princess gets dunked and landed on, and goodbye. No, lives for another second. Lost Souls confirms the primal. Princess is able to get out. Just absolutely mind-boggling that was able to happen there. And the Husky in the mid lane in a 1v2, getting a little bit poked out here, but I don't know if it's going to be anything to worry about too much. Does miss the stun there with the fire minion. But Logic comes in with the taunt. It's Golden Soldier that could be in trouble here. There's the Kumakarna ult. Takes Forget Nick out of the fight, but does that really matter? The answer is no. And now, UW Lost Souls is just going to kind of stay here in mid. They can fight this. They're ahead in levels. They're ahead in itemization. They can afford to play this way. And the good thing right now is for the Royals is there's not really a way for UW Lost Souls to pull a fire anytime soon. I think it's going to be at least another 3 to 4 minutes until that happens. So you got some time. But they do have a Runic Bomb. That is something you do have to worry about here. I do love what we're seeing out of Forget Nick here. We have a Charon's Coin, Soul Gem, Staff of Mirrodin on the Poseidon. Build has some good cooldown. Got some lifesteal. Got the Zoomies. Going to be feeling pretty good. We do see Rage for both the ADCs, but, you know, you have Zoots here with a full Exi ahead and a Lightblade. Like, literally a full item ahead in carry is just kind of wild. Something to look out for here, and I do see that Twirlhog is working on what will be an Erendite, I'm sure, because I don't think anybody's building Pridwin on junglers, but maybe that's the case. Shouldn't be, but, you know, I'm not going to put it past anything. Other than that, just pretty chill right now. We're back to the farming phase. I just want to go ahead and get these bastions down. Hopefully get another tier 1 here. I mean, that's the plan. You dance around this tier 1. Hopefully you get that or you get a kill and you can go to fire. But again, I think we're still about 2 minutes off from a fire. Just based off of itemization and to worry about it getting stolen. As Princess gets absolutely chunked by a Kraken and put down. That is insane. This is a scary, scary time for the Royals now. As your jungler just got absolutely blown up. There it is. There's the lights out, the dunk in. Golden Soldier falls And that's 2 gone and a tower for nothing. As the Royals here are looking for a way back in. Captain Care Bear getting good damage out, but it's not enough. It's not enough to get a kill here. And the only kill they've gotten is because Zoot stepped up to a tier 2 tower in the left side and gave them one, basically. They are waiting for this Pyromancer to come back up. There is the Pyromancer. Pyromancer will fall almost instantaneously here. That'll be a second Runic Bomb here for UW Lost Souls. Is going to be feeling pretty good, but no one picked it up. I don't know if they realized it or not, but there's no one that picked up the Runic Bomb. That could be huge. I mean, that's 1,000 free damage on a structure, or at least a knockback and some true damage on a player, and for it to be still sitting there is kind of wild. So UW Lost Souls fumbled out a little bit. It looks like Zoots might be aware of it, or it's just running away from Princess. I'm not sure which, but Forgetnik is not happy to see this Ao Kuang push up into the Zoots and catches them with the cripple in there, and now they're down. Runic Bomb didn't get picked up. Oh my goodness, they took the Pyro, and they just did not pick up the Runic Bomb. And that is wild. That's just one here, right? Oh, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, no Runic Bomb pickup here is kind of wild. And now UW Lost Souls are looking for this Hercules. That's level 17, chasing them out. They need a dash, they need a taunt, they need a stun, they need all of it. But instead, really they're just going to get the tower here. All the tier 1s will go down. They'll probably finally lose their tier 1 on the left-hand side of the Ishtar, but I don't think they're too concerned about that. They're healthy. They're going to catch Golden Soldier here after missing a Mez. And Golden Soldier will fall. Killing spree for Forgetnik. There's the boulder. Twirlaholic just dunks in. Vega gone. And that was a lot of resources that weren't necessarily needed for that kill. And it's going to be a tier 2 on the right-hand side. It's going to be more. They're going to go for a Phoenix here. And UW Lost Souls at 19 minutes said, you know what? We're going to get as much as we can. We're going to force you to back. And the Royals were getting ready to pull an Oni. And they could have gotten it, but instead, because of the pressure put out by UW Lost Souls, they're not able to confirm the own Fury. They're not even able to save their own Phoenix. UW Lost Souls walks away, and you can only imagine that they're going to back. They're going to go for a Fire Giant, I would assume, here. And this is just absolutely huge for them to get everything they wanted and more on that right-hand side. Now it's a Kins for the Zoots. You know, you got the Spirit Robe here. Along with that, Emperor is going to be feeling pretty good for the Logic side. Now it's a Divine. These are just getting better as it goes. This is a rough time for the Royals. And I think at this point, because I've been here. I've been playing comp, and I've been here with my team. Okay, I've been down 10-1. I've been in this situation over the past month. And this is a conversation piece to have. And I talk about this often. I talk about it when I coach. I talk about it with the people I play with in comp. This is when you go, hey guys, could we fight back into this game? Absolutely, we probably could. Is it going to be really, really hard for us to do down 7,900 gold? Yeah, it is. So let's talk about what do we need to ban? What do we need to pick next game? What went wrong this game? Was it a playstyle? Was it a certain pick that we let through or we didn't pick? Did we go to single target? Did we not get enough single target? Did we have enough CC? And you have these questions, and you answer them. And it's hard to do. It's hard to do in comp because a lot of the time, you are worried that you're going to hurt someone's feelings as a constructive because it doesn't come off as constructive criticism. And Twirlaholic comes in, dunks on the Captain Care Bear. Captain Care Bear is gone, who's been playing this Agni so well. First death, and Twirlaholic picks up another. Vega, gone. Golden Soldier, the next one to go down. The passive is procced, and we will fall as well. Zelfie trying to save the support, and will. Instead, UW Lost Souls goes, cool, we have Oni waves pushing. We got a 2 for nothing. And now we're going to get a Fire Giant. This game has just got blown even further open than it already was. And I don't know if there's any way that the Royals are able to come back now. You had to be able to get something on defense. You weren't able to get something there, and that is just unfortunate. UW Lost Souls are going to push down at least this tier 2 in mid, probably the Phoenix, but they know there's an Oni wave on the Titan, and it's not just Oni, it's Oni Fire. This is a scary time for the Royals. They need to get something. They need to be able to get a pick. But the itemization, I don't know if it's just going to allow them to do it. They're so far ahead in their items for UW Lost Souls that it makes it hard to fight back. Not only that, they have 2 runic bombs. That's free damage. There goes one of them down right there, and the tier 2 on the left-hand side is gone. There is no more tier 2s for the Royals. And UW Lost Souls decide to play it cautiously optimistic and back to finish some builds. But this is not what you want to happen if you're Royals. You want them to stay. You want them not to get any more items online so you don't have to worry about it. But this is a hard time. Literally, like I talked about, we've had this happen in my comp team recently over the past month, and this is the conversation you have to be having. And it's not going out another individual on the team. It's not going, oh, hey, you died 4 times, I died 2. No, who cares, bro? It's a team game. Like, unless one of your teammates is obviously just absolutely inting, can we talk about, okay, well, why did we let this happen? Right now, it's not this insane, like, oh, hey, one of us fed. It's literally like, hey, was our draft a problem? Did we not pick things that we're the most comfortable on? That's something my team has done recently. Like, we pick picks that weren't necessarily the most comfortable on, and then we play into their comp. And by playing into their comp, I mean literally we just don't counter it at all. And this is a problem. So right now, the Royals, I think, have to be having that discussion. Like I said, I know that's a hard conversation to have while you're in the match, but I think that's really the best time to have it. It gives you more time to think about your draft in between games and get a new draft and band start up. And I think that's what shows of good teams is being able to go through and have that conversation. So I expect here that the Royals are probably having that conversation, probably talking about, hey, was there something we felt was the most devastating to us this game that we want to ban next game? Along with that, what's some picks that we want? Was Ishtar first pick worth it? Was there something we could have prioritized, like this Thor? Maybe. Or this Surtur? Maybe. And I think we see some changes to their draft going into the next game. But right now, UW Lost Souls back in again, I guess, to finish some more items here. I really think at this point they could just group at 5 and kind of finish the game. I don't know if they're concerned about something or if they've had issues with sieging in the past couple sets or something. Maybe it happened in scrims. But they're well ahead. They're 13,000 gold ahead, nearly. And really and truly, they should be able to push down as 5 with this Fire Giant and do what they need to do. But Fire Giant, it will be off of them soon. But I would have liked to see them get a Phoenix along with their tier 2s. Fire Giant will respawn here. The Royals should be able to step up and defend this. I mean, they have all their Phoenixes up. They've pushed out the waves. They could step up here and make a defense. And I think that's fine. I do think if you're going to make that defense, there needs to be a conversation piece about who are we looking for? And if I had to guess, we're looking for this Poseidon, or we're looking for, Xbalanque. With Poseidon having this secure, doing a lot of work with this cripple in this crack, and I think that's who you'd like to take off the map. The problem is Twirlaholic has been going up in the air and just kind of calling where everything everybody is, I'm supposing. Oh my god, Vega just eats a ton of damage. Vega's gone. Good ult there by Zelfie, but it's not going to have anything go along with it. Twirlaholic is up in the air. Can't imagine goes in, decides not to. And now it's going to be a Fire Giant pool, and this will be absolutely free here for UW Lost Souls. Pyromancer to go with it. It's going to be feeling pretty good here.
Destroyed the Pyromancer.
Now UW Lost Souls decide to push down in the mid lane a bit. Wouldn't be surprised if we see them split waves here. Husky is backing? And now I'm just kind of confused. We have some delayed backs here. I know they're looking to finish off some items. But I think you have to push with this Fire Giant. There's no way you let this one go too. Looks like they're going to group on the left side here and try to get this fire giant down. But really, I mean, this has allowed the Royals to get some good farm going. Obviously, it's not enough to make the gold lead even, but it's allowed them to fix out some of the XP deficit that existed. Obviously, the big one being Golden Soldier is down 3 levels, only level 15 right now at 27 minutes. But the Royals have been able to chip away at the XP lead, which should be good for them. Obviously, items still a huge metric here, but I think this feels pretty good that you're, getting towards that level 20 mark, getting all your abilities leveled up. And here it is. They are pushing the left side. Like I said earlier, Logic doesn't have to be here. Logic can ult in from wherever on this Athena. Looks like Twirlaholic is just going to look to see if someone steps out of position here for the Royals. Possibly look to maybe get a ward out. And does. Care Bear is going to go ahead and take it down. Logic's there. Golden Soldier in trouble. Taunt into the cripple is huge. Twirlaholic's up in the air. Now Zelfie getting poked out, and this Phoenix should fall here. Husky goes at some meteors in. Captain Care Bear off the map. Forgetnik picks up Vega, and that is going to be it here. They're going to walk into the Titan room, and they're going to siege this Titan down. They do have a runic bomb they're going to go ahead and drop here. It's going to be a knock-up. Princess is dead. Zelfie is dead. That's a deicide, and game number 1 goes to UW Lost Souls. Some things to talk about here. Hey, I love Dust Tempered. I love this item. Shout out to Zoots. Thank you. This item makes me happy every time I see it. It's such a good item. They literally, like, I think people sleep on this item. The fact that you get 3.5% increased basic attack damage for 10 seconds per stack, up to 10 stacks, is wild. I think people sleep on this item. It is hard to get away with. But when you have a lead like you did here, like, it's awesome. Especially with a 2-item crit build, like, you are absolutely chunking. You kill a couple minions and you're just bopping people. Like I said, I think the Royals here, I think you're kind of looking at some of this comp and you're like, okay, what did we do that we could do better this game? Who do we have to take out? I think you have to get rid of the Thor. I think Thor has to get banned here. Along with that, I think you also probably take away this Athena. I mean, the perfect scoreline for the Logic here at 0-0-14 is pretty impressive. So we'll have to see. Yeah, they did. They had a significant gold lead after 5 kills. It was kind of wild. They're just farming the map really, really well. So shout out to the UW Lost Souls. I mean, the way they're farming the map is absolutely insanity. Good stuff. Good stuff. Huh? Oh, my game on Monday? Bro, don't get me started. So, actually, do get me started. Hold on. So, let me take an intermission here, chat. And, yeah, so I got a DM Monday that was like, hey, we can only play Monday and Wednesday. And I was like, yo, dope. And we had to play Monday because on Wednesday, I knew I had a track meet. I worked for 16 hours. So we played with 2 subs on Monday, and we absolutely threw game 2. We hard threw game 2 so hard that I think I logged off for the night after that game. I was absolutely just devastated with how bad we threw that game. But I mean, like, I don't think it was that late. I mean, we have too many teams trying to play at like 5. Like, I had a team DM me at. So I'm Central. They DM me at 4:45 Central asking if we could play at 6 Eastern or 7 Eastern. And I'm like, bro, you gave me an hour and a half warning. Like, no, I can't. I can't play in an hour and a half. Like, I'm not even home from work. I mean, I get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand. Like, I used to live on East Coast. But, like, asking me to play at, like, 5 my time on a Monday when I'm not even home from work is kind of wild. Anyways, moving on to game number 2. That's my intermission. That's my TED Talk. If you want to schedule games, like, schedule games. Schedule scrims. Like, the day of, you can schedule stuff the day of, but, like, do it more than an hour and a half ahead of time. I just ask the other teams what their schedule is, to be honest. It's just easier. I'm like, yo, what days do you guys have available? And I just make it work with the team. I think that's just an easier way to do it. Not that that's better by any means. I just think it's easier for the most part. Give me 1 second, Chad. I want to eat another Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. For a second, I thought I was out of Reese's. I thought I only had one left, and I got really sad. By the way, chat, we're doing episode... So 2 things. Let me promote this while I'm talking about it. We're doing Bot-G episode tomorrow. We're recording with Dolson. If you have guest questions, go in the Bot-G Discord and put your questions in hashtag questions. You can go to the link tree and find that. We're also recording episode 100 of the Up Your Experience podcast tomorrow night. That'll be live on the channel. We're going to be having some announcements that go along with that are going to affect the podcast going forward. So stay tuned for that. We are going to have Ash Basham there. Suave, one of the OG hosts with me, is going to be there. Bats is going to be there. And we might have another guest. We might have one more guest for you all. So stay tuned for that. But we'll hop into game number 2 in just a second. All right, let's hop into game number 2, chat. Sorry, I just need a little break so I can drink some water and just take a second to rest my voice. So, let's hop into game number 2 of UW Lost Souls versus Royals. I always love when people use, like, the actual asked for passwords, like where they use the AGL password or AG, because it drives me nuts if I have to guess a password. So shout-outs for people doing that. Thank you. Also, shout-outs to Twirlaholic, dude, for checking the replays ahead of time and making sure they work. That's a big dub. Big dub. Royals are going to go ahead and ban Naja again here. There's no way Thor gets through again, dude. There's no way. There's no way. I refuse to believe that Thor is going to get through this game. And Freya is going to be banned here by UW Lost Souls. So not too surprised on that. There's the Thor ban. Expected to see that 100%. Let's see what else comes through. I mean, Twirlaholic popped off on the Thor. Merlin is going to be banned here again by UW. I also expect them to ban the Tiamat, if I had to guess. But we'll see in just a second. And the Finra ban. Just throw all the bans at Twirlaholic you can. See how deep the god pool is. I'm sure it's more than 3 gods, so we'll see what Twirlaholic decides to pull out this time for jungle, as I assume it's going to be a good time here. And this time, oh, there's the Tiamat ban. So same bans as last time for UW. Pretty unsurprising. I expected that. But what I like here is the Royals say, hey, we banned away the Thor. That's one thing we had to deal with. We also had to deal with this Surtur. So instead of banning it, we're going to pick it, which is something I always love to see. And I like to see that too, because now it gives Zelfie a chance to at least hope some picks come off the board before you lock in your carry. As someone that picks first carry every single game, it feels good when you get to be, second or any other pick. So good times there. We are going to see a Ratatasker locked in here, along with the Kukulane. So Kukulane banned last game, picked this game. Ratatasker going to provide some of the similar things that Thor does. You're semi-global. You can dunk in on people, and then you can stun them. And it's actually not going to be a Kukulane. It's going to be an Ishtar here for the Zoots, taking that away from Zelfie. And I like where this is going. Teams have decided, hey, we don't like some of the picks we had to deal with last game. We're just going to take them away from each other. And now we have to see, does the Royals decide to take anything else that they wanted that Lost Souls had last game? Is there something that they want to take away? The answer is no right now. They decide to pick up this Yu Huang. Yu Huang, super safe in the mid lane. And just good. Does a lot of good damage. Has the dueling dragons to get good damage off, lock somebody down, push them away. And over and all, this is going to be a great pick here in the mid lane. As Captain Carepair played really, really well last game, but just couldn't secure enough damage for the kills in mid. So I expect this Yu Huang be even safer than the Agni, and really and truly might be able to do more. But the question is, what else do they go here? They have their solo. They have their mid. And they hot lock a Bastet. Oh my goodness. Bastet, not a god we see a lot played in the jungle right now. I'm curious to see if we're going to see Princess go the Bluestone here, or are we going to see Eye of the Jungle again? I'm really curious to see what the Bastet build is going to be. I think there's a lot of options, and I kind of like the fact that you have a way to force out beads and the ultimate from Ishtar pretty easily. So we'll have to see how this goes. Bastet, an interesting god to see in comp. Not something I see too often. Usually if you're hot locking Bastet like that, you're cracked at Bastet. So we'll have to see how that goes. Now we're going to see what is it that they're going to pick up over here for Lost Souls. And as I say, it's probably the Kukulane. They do pick up the Choo Choo. So not too surprised. We did see them hover that. So not unsurprising that they lock it in there. But it's just funny that they're like, nah, we can wait on the Choo Choo. Let's go and get our Ishtar. I think that was the proper move. I think it was smart. But now they have to ban some more gods away, and they're looking to ban supports, so I'm assuming we probably see another Khepri ban. Maybe we see more. But, it's the Charybdis they don't want to deal with this game. Not a god we see banned often. A god I love to play in carry. Very, very safe, able to get out of a lot. Also is able to, get some knock-up, has a reset ultimate. I get it. Ban it away. I mean, I love to play it. They ban away the Soul 2 Soul. One of the best AJDCs you can play, if not the best. Again, safe with that Disapparate. It has good damage with AoE and single target. So, not too surprised to see either of those banned. But on the other side, they ban away the Agni. They said, hey, we're not going to play it. We don't want you to. And they go ahead and take away the Maui, which, again, I talked about last game, this landfall being such a huge ultimate on this current map, and all the things that Maui does is just good. He is one of the perfect support type of players. So not too surprised to see him go away. Here's the Giannis picked up for Forget Nick, and this pick could go hard with their current comp. Again, a lot of global movement here for Lost Souls with the Ratatasker and the Giannis. But now, on the other side here, the Royals are hovering Rama, who I think is probably the best hunter right now. And I don't know if it's super close. I think he's just good. He does everything you want a hunter to do and more. Let's see how that pans out. And Horus picked up here. I'd love to see both these picks locked in. Love Horus in support. So this could go hard. We'll have to see how it pans out here momentarily. Do they lock this in? Do they lock in the Horus Rama? Something I would love to see, but I'm not sure if they're going to. So far, the Royals comp is a lot better than last game, I feel like. They get a little bit of all the things they wanted. They are missing some bigger AoE CC, but they have a lot more CC than they did last game. They have the Yu Huang. They have if they lock in this Horus, Bastet, Surtur. I think Rama has a slight silence. I mean, there's good elements here. Again, they are very single target, though, which is one thing they had to worry about last game. Let's see. Does that pan out a bit better this game? Yu Huang, a little bit, I guess you could call it AoE, but not as much as you'd see from most mages. Very much in a line. So we'll have to see how this pans out. They do lock them in here. I do love the Horus, Rama, Yu Huang, Surtur comp here. Bastet's pretty much my question mark. I think a lot of this comp depends on how does this Bastet do. And can this Yu Huang get going? Can Yu Huang pick up kills in mid? And there it is, the Elephant Man himself, the god of success. It's Ganesha, locked in as the last pick here for Lost Souls. And that is something that could be a scary time. You can shut down a lot of what Horus wants to do in lane. You can shut down what anybody wants to do when you're around. Dharmic Pillars goes hard. So let's head into game number 2 of UW Lost Souls versus the Royals. Again, we're just going to wait a second here, waiting for everybody to load in to get everybody set up here. And we don't see any repeat picks for either comp. They all get new picks across the board here. Do see some picks get swapped of teams, but that's about it. Nothing else crazy here. I like what UW Lost Souls has going on here. We see a lot of, there's AoE, there's single target. They have good lockdown CC. They're going to hold you down to an area. And they also have that global, semi-global comp type again. Now, that's going to be countered a little bit this game. If this Horus can get going here, Golden Soldier does have a semi-global ultimate. You have Rama, who can fire these shots away, a semi-global aspect. So that part's going to be nice. You have the Surtur. So they are matching some of that semi-global presence that UW Lost Souls had last game, and it even has this game. But the question is, are they going to be able to capitalize it? Are they going to be able to use it effectively? Again, I think this comp might hinge on this Bastet. Twirlaholic, again, has this Ratatasker. A lot of similarities to what Thor likes to do. You can go and you can stun. You can dunk in onto people. You have a spin to win. There's a lot of similarities here. But let's see how this goes here. But I didn't really notice this last game. I wasn't paying attention to shard pickup. But we do see a couple Carapace shards picked up here for UW Lost Souls. And I think I've talked about this actually yesterday when I was playing some arena. I think Carapace shard is slept on. I think that shard is absolutely insane. All you have to do is pop it, hit an auto, and now you've stolen prots and gained prots. If you're a jungler, that has to feel good. If you're a solo laner, that feels good. If you're a support, that feels good. So I think it gives a lot of kill potential early on. We'll have to see how that pans out here. We do see cooldown shards. Not as many as wing shards as what I've been seeing in games as of late. But overall, pretty chill times. Nothing super crazy here. Everybody's doing a pretty ordinary start. It is Bastet with the Bumbas here. And it looks like the Royals, again, they're going to pull all 3 of these camps. And this is one of those things I do worry about. I think this is a scary time pulling all 3. Because someone has to eat the damage, and this green buff is, again, it heals the other camps. It has HP 5 on it. And again, Golden Soldier, almost at under half health, pulling these camps, and they still have more to go. And finally, the purple buff falls. Better clear than last game, but still risky nonetheless. They are going to be late to that wave yet again, as Lost Souls pressure it out here. Now they can fight before the next wave comes up. I mean, Royals aren't even able to finish off the way. The good news is none of None of the melee minions fell, so they do get the full wave, but they do get pushed up here. And I'm curious to see, does Princess decide to go the way of ganking duo? The answer is no. Twirlaholic made the way here early last game, and it looks like that's going to be the case here this game as well. See that Bastet stepping up in the mid lane. Depends on how is this going to go down. An early back for the Husky here, not having a good time into this Surtur. Zoot's camping a corner here, might look for a little cheeky play. There's the knockup, but the silence is good here. Twirlaholic comes in. There's the backflip, and now Golden Soldier is trying to get out and will. Almost an early spill there for the support, just like last game, but survives to see another day. Meanwhile, over in the solo lane, the solo laners are battling it out here. The Husky in trouble. Now dashes in and dies to Vega. Vega with an early first blood here on the Surtur, and that's already a drastic difference from last game. Getting a kill early on and just having a kill and being positive has to feel good here, especially in the support, or sorry, not support, in solo. In solo, that's going to feel really, really good. So we'll have to see how that ends up going here. Good play by Vega. The Surtur can be a lane bully early on, but we see the Carapace Shard had already been used there by Kukulane. But over in the mid, Princess of Captain Care Bear looking to fight, and Princess does get poked out here, has to back off on this Bastet, but over the duo side, boxing now going on over there as well. The fight is just out everywhere. Zoots gets a nice dash and backflip out of there, and the Logic is just trying to peel. But UW Lost Souls on the losing side of this fight right now. Zelfie dashes in, hits it. There's the silence he wanted. Now the Logic's in trouble, has to dash away. But now Golden Soldier decides to go the Mad Lad route, dive the tower, gets good damage off, and almost pays the price in their life. Has to pop a shell. And now the question is what does Lost Souls want to do? Do they want to dive in, or do they want to chill? And actually, there wasn't a shell. I'm a liar. I was wrong. It was a shell for the Logic on the other side here. Royal still playing this lane pretty aggressively. The purple buffs have come up. And this could be scary here. Ratatasker, thankfully for them, Ratatasker is still 4. Vega with another solo kill against the Husky. Shows why this Surtur is such a good pick early on here. And while we were busy watching the duo lane, the solo lane picks up another kill here. And Vega having a drastic change from last game. Picking up 2 kills in the first 3.5 minutes. Has to feel pretty good. Already with a 2-level lead. I don't even know if Vega's backed yet. Vega did back. Got tier 2 breastplate and a couple wards. So far feeling pretty good here. And it looks like Twirlaholic might have to focus some of the damage over to that solo side at some point. Oh, and here it is, Twirlaholic looking for the play. Now there it is. No stun, but there's the flurry. And Vega goes, cool, see you later, bye. And then comes back in and now is looking for the Husky, gets aggressive. Vega says, hey, I already have 2 kills. I'd be happy to get a third. Twirlaholic trying to chase that around. Can Vega turn this around? The snipe barely off the mark for Forget Nick. Almost takes the life of the Surtur. Now Surtur is in trouble here. Vega will fall. To who was the question? And a Twirlaholic was the answer. Forget Nick isn't able to get the assist. Unfortunate there. The Royals are over here on this left-hand side, fighting at the tier 1 in dual lane. Can they do anything with it? The answer right now is no, but they're getting aggressive again. The Logic is getting poked out, almost at 50% health here on the Ganesha. Golden Soldier boxing it out with the Ganesh. And this is one of those moments, you know, where you'd really just like to see the supports run away and go fight each other in a 1v1, but that's never going to happen. But, you know, it would be a good time. And no one can convince me otherwise. But where is Twirlaholic on the map? Twirlaholic has made the way over to duo. Caught out on a ward here. So they back off. Good wards there by the Royals to make sure not to get ganked here by that Ratatasker. And Twirlaholic immediately goes, takes care of that ward, and moves on. Drops a sentry there and makes sure everything's going to go well. But Twirlaholic pathing around. I don't know if they hear the Bastet or not, and they're just going to leave it alone. And go for the mid-lefts instead. Right now, you know, a huge difference from last game. The Gold League still Lost Souls, you know, advantage, but only 300 gold this time when it was, you know, well above that last game. About 2,000 to 3,000 last game. So this is a drastic difference for Royals here. They're able to swing the game more in their favor. Most of that's over in the solo side with this Surtur, but happy nonetheless they are. As now Vega goes back in on the Husky here, and Princess is there, but the snipe is good. Vega taken off the map for getting it. Just hits an absolutely insane snipe. Some would say has to have aim hacks on. I mean, that was just devastating. And who's here now? It's Golden Soldier looking for Forget Nick. And now it's Princess that'll finish off the kill, but Twirlaholic's here dunking in. This is insanity. Arena going on in the solo lane. The Dark Pillars come through. Good damage onto Princess, forces the Bastet lead out. And now Golden Soldier getting aggressive. And who's back? It's Vega. Can they stay around? The answer is no. Twirlaholic and Logic will move towards the blue buff, secure that, but they decide to leave everything that's going on over there alone, as it's a 2-for-1 in favor of the Royals here. Zoots versus Zelfie. Who is the better Z? No one will know. There's the Gorp that falls in favor of Zoots. Good dash in by Zoots here. 75% health gone for Zelfie. Zelfie having to run away. There's the Blades of Light, but the beads is good by Zelfie to save the life on the Rama. And now Zoots on this Ishtar. Can farm this wave and maybe even get some Bastions, I think, if they wanted to. They know where Bastet is. They're not really worried about anything coming their way. So they'll go ahead and say, hey, you know, I like 75 gold. Let me go ahead and get that. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, it's a 2v3. The two being Lost Souls as Forget Nick fires off a shot. Isn't able to get anything for it. Instead, we'll just go back to farming as normal. Twirlaholic is on the way over to duo side. Playing back here, really going deep in the enemy jungle here. And I don't know if Golden and Princess are going to be able to catch out Twirlaholic. Twirlaholic gets to walk away. What an absolutely lucky play. Because if I'm Twirlaholic there, they see me, and somehow I get caught out by a dash and I die. Like, and there's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind. In fact, Princess had ult. Princess probably could have hit the ult and killed Twirlaholic there. I think they could have done it. I don't know if Twirlaholic gets the ult off in time if they land everything they need to do there. And now it's Twirlaholic getting aggressive against Princess, and Princess is in trouble, has to leap out. And we'll live to see another day. Zoots was fighting with Zelfie. Zelfie decides to walk away, and the fighting in this game has just been absolute insanity. Over on the solo side, the solo laners are just boxing each other away at practically even marks. But over on the duo side, here comes Golden Soldier trying to help secure the purple buff, but Twirlaholic's there, and Twirlaholic wants the purple. Twirlaholic has to dash out. It's Horus going in with the ultimate, and Zelfie goes up in the air and hits the snipes, puts on the glasses, and bing, boom, bang. There goes the kill in favor of Zelfie. It's a 5-2 lead for the Royals. Not just that, they have a gold lead. Not much to say, but it has to feel pretty good after the way game one went that you have a gold lead, even though it's only 200 gold. Gotta celebrate the small victories here. The Royals came through here with a much better plan, and I think it's paying off as of right now. Good stun here on the Logic. And really, they're going to prioritize farming again. There's no reason to really pull any fights that you don't have to fight. So, curious to see what is UW Lost Souls' plan. Again, they're not down much, but I think they had to start looking for a way to get a pick and turn it into an objective. Same thing for the Royals. Great ult here by Princess, hits it. Dueling Dragons comes through, but will Logic fall? The Dark Pillars are there. The shell is good. Logic still walking away. Logic on the Ganesha almost gets out, but instead gets taken down. Princess getting chased down. There's the leap. Twirlaholic couldn't finish it. Forget Nick. The ultimate's gone, and the Bastet gets to live. That cat does have 9 lives. really good play there by the Royals to be able to get an escape there. How Princess lives, I have no idea. But is able to live, and now Golden Soldier looking, saying, hey, I think it's time for me to head back over to this duo side and see if can I help out my carry. And look at the sentry wards down here at the bottom of the fire pit. It's kind of crazy. Golden Soldier instead is going to back here by the Fire Giant. A little bit strange, but I'm not going to question it too much as the Zoots pushes back up and is looking for a fight, but instead is not going to find it. Zelfie on this Rama is playing better safe than sorry, and so far that's been paying off. I do see Lost Souls going to take some farm away, but look who's up in the air. It's Golden Soldier, and Golden Soldier is going to land in. There is the ultimate from the Ishtar. Those blazing lights are great, but Twirlaholic says, that's cool. I'm going to do the same thing Thor already did. Oh, by the way, I'm going to dunk the tower in. I end up dying for it. Unfortunate times here as Forgetting It comes in, puts a bunch of damage onto Zelfie. Now it's the Logic that's in trouble. Can UW Lost Souls turn this around into a net positive? And the answer is no as of right now. They lose one, get none. They will now retreat. And I'm a little bit surprised here with the Royals. I think they go ahead and pull the purple buff here. I'm not going to be too surprised that they decide to move the way of Gold Fury. And Zoots is stepping up here with the Gorp, and it looks like somebody could be punished, but no one from from the Royals steps up to see the ADC from UW Lost Souls. Instead, the Zoots gets to live to see another day. Meanwhile, back over in the mid lane, Captain Care Bear farming away. It's a 2-level lead above Forgetting Nick right now. It's going to be going pretty good. Other than that, there is a lead for Vega, and then after that, it's even besides ADC, a level diff. So far, a pretty even game. Gold lead, again, only 400 gold in favor of the Royals. Gold lead has been practically even this game with a slight lead for Royals. Dharmic Pillar's huge here. Princess gets caught out of the Bastet. I think this is the time that Fall Husky gets a kill onto the Bastet. And just a great Dharmic Pillars here by the Logic. And now, Lost Souls looking for more. Good damage put on the Care Bear by Forgetting Nick. Forgetting Nick looking just to keep that damage going, keep it moving. Is there a way for them to get more? Zoots in the duo lane picks up a kill on Zelfie, and now Lost Souls are not only going to pick up a Pyromancer, but they're going to pick up a tower on the left-hand side. Golden Soldier looking to kind of test the Pyro, but I don't know if this horse is going to be able to do it. Is there going to be a way to secure the Pyro? And it's going to be an attempt with the ultimate. Lost Souls confirm it instead. Logic gets out with a little bit of health. They avoid the dueling dragons. Now Twirlaholic up in the air, jumps down onto Captain Care Bear. Captain Care Bear in trouble here. Needs a ton of damage, goes up, is going to come back down and gets to live. Gets to float up in the air and just walk away and live. Great play here by the mid laner of Royals. Played really well game number one, showing again playing well in game number two. And what a great fight there by both teams. Looks like we're going to go back to farming here. A little bit of a lead opened up here for Lost Souls. About 900 gold up. Has to feel, pretty decent here. Almost 15 minutes into the game. Twirlaholic did make the rotation over, but countering that rotation was Princess here on the Bastet, so decides not to go for it, let it go. Never be mad about. Purple buff is up. Selfie will again prioritize that and get it for their team. Now the fighting kind of stalls out, gets the jump up in the air here by Captain Care Bear, but not for much. They don't get anything off the backside of it. And Lost Souls are just looking for picks here. They need a pick because they want to start an objective. They want to get Gold Fury off the map. They were able to get a Pyro, and now they're just looking to see can they get a Gold Fury. kind of chilling. Nothing too crazy here. A little bit surprised to see the game slow down this much after the past, 15, 16 minutes have been, as the Zoots is fighting Golden Soldier on the left side of the Gorp. Zoots puts down a warning on him. Zoots has to know that they're there. And now it's a 5-man rotation here by Lost Souls. They're looking for something, and they want it to be big. They want it to be worth it. And the Surge's up in the air here. Vega looking to stall them out. And this is a surprising approach here by Lost Souls. Grouping as 5 and looking to fight at 16 minutes is pretty impressive. You don't see a lot of teams do that. And they're wanting something here. They want to pick. They want to pull Gold Fury. That's what all this is about. They're dancing around. They're looking for something. Zelfie, Beads, Zelfie, Aegis. I mean, everything was used there. And now Vega trying to make up for the issues. Instead, Twirl Hog comes and dunks in, but on the backside, Golden Soldier jumps in on Zoots, and Zoots could be in trouble here. Gets knocked up, eats a ton of Rama damage. But the question is, who's going to kill the Zoots? And the answer is no one. Zoots gets to walk away for free. And now it's the Royals, who started everything off so well with this fight, are falling behind. And the answer is there a way for Lost Souls to turn it back around in their favor? A tower goes down in favor of Lost Souls. A kill goes down. Zelfie has fall, and there goes Golden Soldier as well. 2 for nothing. A tier 2 tower just stands, but again, they are going to go for the gold to line their pockets and also just affirm the level advantage they have as far as items go. Gold doing a lot of work this game. It looks like Lost Souls don't lose their mid-tier 1, because for some reason the minions said, nah, I'm good, Chief. Look at that health run. It's wild. That's actually insanity that that's not down. Like, I swear it to you, it's like half an auto from, like, I don't even know what. Just half an auto from one of the small minions in the back, and that tower's gone. That's what I know. Now we're just kind of back to farming again. I expect Lost Souls are going to start looking for something. That minute gold lead a few minutes ago is starting to gather itself, as now we're 2,400 gold ahead for Lost Souls. They're picking up a Gold Fury and a couple kills. They're looking to even out the kill department, but as of right now, I don't think that should be their priority. I think they should work on pulling these objectives. But again, there's a level lead in duo. There's a level lead in jungle for Lost Souls. Now, the 2-level lead in mid is pretty significant here for the Royals. This Yu Huang is doing a lot of work. But now ganked by the Ratcaster. The Dominant Pillars come through. They have to go up in the air. And now it's Captain Care Bear in trouble. Tries to get the Dueling Dragons off to do damage. It's not going to be enough. Golden Soldier decides to ult in as well. And now their resources are gone. So now you have to play this a little bit safer around this Fire Giant. You don't have a way to get in super easily. You don't have a way to defend super easily. Dwaraholic pulling the Pyromancer around so they can get the damage on it. Look who's here. Golden Boy wanted to do something that Lost Souls does confirm it. Dwaraholic looking for enough damage to go in on it. Ends up getting Golden Soldier. But I don't know if it's going to be enough to do anything. Dwaraholic has to leave, and now it's a 3v3. But the only one staying is Vega. Vega on this Surtur fighting it out. And Lost Souls get to back up for free. They don't lose anything, and actually kind of wild there. Looks like there is going to be a fight in mid here, but Captain Care Bear hits a disgusting root, and that has to feel pretty good here in the mid lane. Golden Soldier looking to do something. Instead, there's not a whole lot to do right now. And again, we're kind of back to this weird phase of like, hey, if there's farm up, let's go grab it. But other than that, we're just kind of stand around and look at each other because we want to fight, but we want to fight on our terms. And right now, Royals aren't going to really get to do that, I don't think. They're trying to stall this out a little bit. But UW is looking for a pick and then to go and fire. Unless this goes on too much longer, then they're going to look for a pick and then they're going to go towards the Oni Fury. And again, UW just getting a good chance to farm here, which they're not going to complain about. They're going to feel pretty good about the fact of they can farm for basically free with no repercussions, except for the Logic, who just gets poked out by Captain Care Bear. Almost got Caster's Curse there. That would have been unfortunately sad. Over on the right-hand side, the Zoots has made the rotation, trying to help take down this Tier 1 tower. And Vega's not going to be able to do anything about it. Princess trying to earn the purple buff, while Narwhallaby is pushing their way in. And this is similar to what UW did last game when they came in from the right lane. They dedicated a lot of resources to get kills and then push down a Tier 1 and push down a Tier 2. I can't imagine they're going to get to do the same thing twice, but it looks like it as Princess is trying to live, and slowly but surely they will. They get the blink out. Lost Souls should be celebrating about everything that just happened. They got perfect just pressure there, able to steal away some kills. The only problem that you have right now is the fact that the Royals have pushed not only a Tier 1 tower down in duo, they're going for a Tier 2 with no response. So Lost Souls have to be thinking the Fire Giant is what they want to take off the menu, and that is what they're going to push for here. The Rama will get a Tier 2 in left. But Lost Souls don't seem fazed by the loss of their Tier 1 and Tier 2. They seem to be completely okay with this. They don't see him show up on the next wave, so they know he's not pushing. Fire Giant has been leashed. Fire Giant under 50% health. Royals are stepping up. There's the Dharmic Pillars looking to get that extra damage on it and shred it down. Fire Giant falls in favor of Lost Souls, but the Royals made a commitment. The question is, can they capitalize on it? Vega picks up a kill. What will be the cost of that singular kill is the question. As Narwhallaby picks up a kill, there it goes. It's a 2 for 2, but the fighting is still going on. Zelfie doing a ton of damage with the 2 crit items that they have. The Zoots picks up a kill, a 2v3 in favor of Lost Souls. It looks to be a retreat here for the Royals, but Care Bear does happen to step up, doesn't see anybody. And now the ping has come through for the Oni Fury, but I don't think there is going to be a chance for Royals to be able to get this. This gold lead has come quite substantial. I'm talking about 3,800 gold or so. In favor of Lost Souls. Not insurmountable at 23 minutes, but definitely doesn't feel good. We do see that our dual lane item builds here are a bit different from each other, especially in the support role here. Pretty drastic differences with Heroism versus Sentinel's Embrace. You know, one has Thieves, one doesn't. One has Prophetic Cloak, one doesn't. So overall, some very big differences here for the dual lane builds. We also see build changes here for the mid laners. And I spy with my little eye Ethereal Staff, and I can honestly tell you, I don't know the last time I saw that built in Conquest, which is pretty wild here. And pretty standard builds across the board. We do see the tablet is stacked here for Captain Care Bear. Captain Care Bear gets the prize, dude, of the person that I have watched play mid that buys tablet and actually gets it stacked in a reasonable amount of time. Captain Care Bear is simply cooking. Narwhallaby goes in, isn't able to finish off the kill. Forgetnik fires off an ultimate, but it's not enough to get a kill yet again. And Vega goes up with the ultimate to try to dissuade Lost Souls from coming in, but isn't going to be enough. Lost Souls want more, and they're going to head over to the mid lane. And the question is, are they going to go all the way to the Tier 1 to get it? And it looks like they are. Zoots is attacking the Tier 2. You can't do any damage to it, bud, because the Tier 1 is still up. Tier 1 is down. Zoots is here. All 5 strong, pushing down the Tier 2 in mid. I imagine they're probably going to look for the Tier 2 in right now. And this is huge for them. If they can get this tower, it is possible. They can also push down a Phoenix. Lost Souls looking to try to push this lead even further. It was a slower start than last game. In fact, it was much slower paced. But now we're seeing that all get pieced together here for Lost Souls. The dive in by Twirlaholic is good, but there's no follow-up damage to take somebody out. Instead, the Tier 2 falls in right, and that is all the Tier 2s on the map for Royals. Royals now in trouble as Darwin Pillars comes through and shreds down a couple members of the defense, but instead, Lost Souls will head over to the Fire Giant pits and consider taking that Fire Giant after a Pyromancer. Runic Bomb will go a long way here, so they go ahead and shred that down, pick it up. And now I expect some backs to come through here. Finish out some itemization. But we will see how that goes. Fire Giant fixing the spawn here. About 27 minutes in the game. Still a good ways away from enhanced fire. But last game, Lost Souls did play relatively cautiously even with fire, so I'm curious to see how they play this. Obviously, they're going to step up to fire. Obviously, they want to get it. But the question is, if they get it, what's the plan? Is it to just run down the right side Phoenix? Or what's the priority that they're looking for here is the question. And I think we're going to find that out sooner rather than later. I do want to point out a key difference here for the Soul Laners, as we have the Surtur, played by Vega, being a lot more about mitigations, does have the Contagion, which is going to feel pretty good. But on the other side for this Kuka lane, it's, you know, Sov, Glad Shield, Amulet Stronghold, Spirit Robe. Just drastically different builds here for the solos. But both of them are playing quite well. We'll have to see what happens here. Who is going to pull it? Who's going to counter engage it? Who is going to get the Fire Giant this time around? Lost Souls are in the pit. Royal is getting pushed out here. They're separated from each other. The right-hand side is what we had to worry about. But now, the left-hand side is also something to worry about. But this split is in favor of Lost Souls from looking at it, and they are burning down this Fire Giant. And Royals have to step up. And there's the Dharmic Pillars. Dharmic Pillars looking to try to secure the Fire Giant, but is it going to get secured by a horse? Instead, no. Lost Souls finish it out. They're not going to lose it to a Horror Assault or the snipes from Rama. Instead, the fire is there, and now they are shredding through the competition. Forgetnik picks up Zelfie. There's more to come. Twirlaholic dunks in on Princess and Golden Soldier as the Zoots picks up Veda. 2 for nothing. And now, not only do they get a 2 for nothing, they have Fire Giant. They have another kill in their favor. 3, 4 for nothing. A quad for Zoots is getting ran down here. And this should be game over blouses for Lost Souls as they will push into the Titan room and look to end the game. Because the only thing here to stop him is Captain Care Bear. The root is good on a Twirlaholic, but it's not enough damage to finish out a kill. Zoots being greedy, looking for another kill, even though they're 5-0-4. But now it's not going to matter as the Titan is getting shredded down, and they will fall. UW Lost Souls takes the game, set, match 2-0 against the Royals. Oh, man. I think not your best game. I mean, that's fine, dude. I think Rat's hard to play. I think Rat's hard because Rat, like, you're like, oh, I want to die people, but, like, you get hit by crit, you're dead. You get hit by CC, by a Yu Huang, you're dead. You get hit by a stun, you're dead. Oh, they have a stun, dead. Like, it just doesn't feel good when you leap in on people. Like, you need the follow-up there, or you want to leap in on people that are, like, already, like, in a fight. That's something I struggle with him, especially in comp. Like, I have a hard time with him. But that was a good game. That was a good game. Warding was good by both teams. Yeah, I mean, like, this is not a fun time. Like, getting shut down here, it sucks. So I was worried about with the Bastet. I think the Bastet, a lot of that did hinge on Bastet. I did think, you know, Zelfie was trying their best on the Rama here to do something, but Wasn't able to do it. Unfortunate. Falls shorts here, but the game set match 2-0 for UW Lost Souls. I'm going to finish getting Nox to Diamond real quick, Suave, because I need to install Diablo because I haven't been on my computer. But I can install and play at the same time. I do have to restart Smite, though, because, you know, that's not what I wanted to do. I need to restart Smite because spectator fun times. But chat, thanks for tuning in. We're going to hop over and play some more Smite, and then we're going to hop over to D4 once I get it installed. I hope everybody's doing well today. Thanks for coming and hanging out for the cast. We'll have more cast this weekend. Oh, God. We also have some other stuff going on this weekend. We'll have the podcast tomorrow night, Up Your Experience Podcast, episode 100 will be tomorrow.